everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Vic and for today's video, I'm cooking again. So a couple of years back when I was last frequently posting on this channel, I did something I called the Eating by the Book series, where I would come across some kind of food in a book I was reading and then I would match it to a recipe and make it in a video. I love that series. It was so much fun. I love baking and it gave me an excuse to bake. I've missed making those videos. My friends in real life, those are some of their favorite videos that I used to make. So I've been wanting to bring it back for a long time. I have a list of things I want to make. So a couple weeks ago, I was reading A Deal with the Elf King by Elise Cover, and I came across this passage. Rennie leads me to a cart where a woman is grilling dough on a flat griddle. Rennie orders two and the woman takes the small cake, slices it in half and fills it with cheese. After another minute on the grill, the melted concoction is handed over to Rennie. A page later, I quickly take a bite. The cake is crisp on the outside but soft and fluffy on the inside. The charring on it adds a nice bite to what tastes like the corn base of the dough. The cheese strings between my mouth and the cake as I try to tear off a bite, prompting laughter from both Rennie and I. Those passages were on pages 173 and 174, and so I thought, that sounds yum. I took to Google to try to find a recipe for cheese griddle cakes. And I found one on the website yummybook.org, which I'll link down below if you want to try making these yourself. These aren't exactly the same as the ones in the book for obvious reasons, but the main one is the book mentions that it has like a corn base. So I'm thinking some kind of corn flour. This is made using just regular flour, and I don't think it's a case of cutting it in half and putting in the cheese and then cooking it again. I think the cheese is just already there. But I'm really excited to make these. They look like pancakes, but with cheese in them, is my understanding of what they are, which makes sense. I have to go out and get one of the ingredients because we don't have it, because of course. But when I get back, we will sit up in the kitchen and I will make these, and I'm very excited and I'm very hungry. I didn't have breakfast this morning because I knew I wanted to film this. I'll meet you downstairs. Okay, so welcome to my kitchen. We're here now. I have my ingredients prepped and I've forgotten how to film in the kitchen, so that's fun. So first step, I'm gonna need a bowl and a spoon. I'm using a wooden spoon. It's kind of been drilled into me since I was a kid that when you bake, you use a wooden spoon. Does this count as baking? I mean, it's kind of like a pancake. So is it cooking? So first of all, I need to get 250 mils of yogurt. It doesn't specify what kind of yogurt, so I assumed it meant plain yogurt. So that's what I've got. It looks real gross. I really did try to get non-sweetened or unsweetened, and the supermarket said no. To my 250 mils of yogurt, I'm going to add half a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of sugar, and half a teaspoon of baking soda. That looks all kinds of incorrect. And now I need to mix it well. I mean, it's kind of hard to tell when you're mixing such a small quantity of something into a large quantity when it's mixed well, but I'm gonna call that good enough. Now I need to add 360 grams of flour, which that was fun to measure out, as well as 200 grams of grated cheese. It doesn't specify what kind of cheese, so I've decided to use mozzarella because it's my favorite. Now it says to knead the dough. It's not a dough yet, so I'm gonna start with my spoon. So this is almost as much cheese as it is flour. It's a very simple recipe. There's not a lot to it. There's a very overwhelming amount of flour to yogurt right now. I guess use my hands now. It very much smells like yogurt. Like, if there was one thing I was going to tell you about this, is that it smells like yogurt. Yeah, I'm not really sure what I'm looking for with this. The next step is to break it into balls and to flatten out the balls. So I'm assuming I do want a cohesive mass. That's not what I have though. Like, there's not enough liquid in this. I'm going rogue. I'm going off script. We're adding a little bit of water. Not a lot, just to hopefully stick everything together. I literally just like splashed a little bit. It was probably about, I don't know, a couple teaspoons, if that. Really not much. And now it's actually sticking together. See? Divide the dough into balls, roll each ball out. Okay. Flour, 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 flour. So divide it into balls. How many am I supposed to be making? It says there are 5 portions, so I assume I'm supposed to be making 5 balls. Okay, got 5 portions. So first one, let's just make her a bowl. Are these evenly portioned? Probs not. Because did you know what I didn't do? Measure or weigh or even really like eyeball it correctly. I just kind of grabbed chunks and hoped for the best. So I guess we will find out shortly if I did this well or not. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, these are looking pretty evenly divided. This one's a little bit smaller. But you know what? Considering I didn't measure, I'm gonna call that one. So now I want to kind of roll these out. Again, this recipe is not giving me much to go off of. It does not tell me a particular thickness. It just said roll it out. I want it to be thin enough to cook through on a frying pan. I know that much. I'm gonna go for this kind of thickness. Is that too thick? I mean, maybe. This is a very strange thing, but we're gonna keep going. It's starting to now smell more like flour, like a regular kind of dough, so that's encouraging to me. So there's not a lot going on in this flavor-wise, just the cheese. And mine will be probably more plain than they're intended because I used mozzarella, which is a very mild flavored cheese, but it is the best cheese and I will fight you. I feel like these are very odd little things I've made, but I've made them now. There's no going back. Now I have to cook them in the frying pan. So we're gonna move over to the stove, which means I have to move the camera, and I spent so long setting that up, so that's just a tragedy. This could be a very quick, easy, throw it together kind of food, which I like. So I'm gonna take my handy dandy fry pan and we're gonna cook these up. You've got to come with me. So the recipe says to fry these in oil until golden brown on each side. So I'm just going to use a bit of canola oil because it's what we have. It does say to cook in a preheated pan, so I'll guess I'll just wait a few seconds. Okay, so I'm going to put this first one on. And you know what? Actually, I'm going to cook 2 at once because I feel like they fit in this pan, so why not? I don't know how long this is gonna take. It doesn't tell me how hot to have the pan. It really doesn't tell me much at all. I feel like I need a little bit more oil in the middle there. Now I'm thinking I have too much oil, but you know what? You live, you learn. Big frying pan, gotta make the most of it. Okay, so it's been a couple minutes. Okay, so definitely not enough, but I'll commit to flipping the first 2. They are cooking. They're very doughy. I will wait 3 minutes and flip all 3 of these over. I'm excited about the fact that they have cheese in them, I have to say. I'm keeping them moving because I'm not sure if there's a hot spot on the pan or not. So if I keep them moving, it won't matter. I'm gonna flip this one. It's bothering me that I haven't flipped it. It's smelling very overwhelmingly of canola oil right now. Okay, so it's been 3 minutes. That's what you want. That's what you want. I'm gonna wait maybe another minute to flip this one and another 2 minutes to check if these are done. First minute is passed. I'm gonna flip this one. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So this is actually really quick. I've only been filming for 11 minutes at this point, and I've almost got 3 completely cooked. Like, it's not hard, it's not long. This is a really quick process. I can see why this was sold as street food in that book, because this would not be hard to cook in that kind of capacity. If you prepped all these little dough balls things, these little like patties, you'd have no issues whatsoever. It would be great. I really want to try one. Like, I really want to try one now. It's starting to, like, I'm really hungry. It's 12:40 now, and I'm still haven't eaten today. I'm so hungry. How is the original side looking? Ow, hot. That's how she's looking. Okay, I'm gonna cook these last 2 and I will come back to you to taste these things. Is the camera in the right spot? I don't know, but you can see me. You can also see the pan. It's still hot, so it's still over there. What else can you see? The finished product. I am so excited to try these. Do you know what this is reminding me of? It's reminding me of Hungarian fry bread. There's different ingredients, but it kind of smells the same. The Hungarian fry bread recipe that I follow doesn't have cheese in it, so that's a big difference. But I'm so excited to try this. Let's get a plate. I was so excited to try it, I didn't even get a plate before I turned on the camera. So I'm gonna use this one. Ooh, she looking good. They're nice and like crunchy on the outside. They absorbed a hell of a lot of that oil. I thought I'd use too much. There's not much left in the pan now. These are very hot. I'm biting my fingers, but oh my god, that tastes so good. It does taste like fry bread, but this was so much easier to make than fry bread. Oh my god, I love this. This is actually so good. So these took about 2 to 3 minutes per side. The last two that I did, I actually was paying more attention. I guess it depends how hot you have your pan. I had my pan on kind of like just higher than medium heat, and you saw how much oil I put in there, so it was kind of almost like they were being deep fried. Ooh, oh god. I'm not going to be able to eat all of these. I have had a great time with this. I'm so happy with how they turned out. Do these look like they could be some medieval fantasy fair food? You know what they kind of do? Medieval food and fantasy food has that kind of rustic look to it, which these kind of have going for them. So these are so good tasting, to be quite honest with you. I mean, for most people they might be a little bit plain. Whatever cheese you like, you could probably chuck some seasonings in there or on the top. I haven't even put salt on these. I don't think they need it, but I have a very basic palate. They're a little bit charred where the cheese was, which, you know what, matches the description in the book, so I'm not mad about that. I consider that a huge success. Would highly recommend trying out this recipe. Good times all around. But yeah, that's kind of it for today's video. A bit of a blast from the past, doing an eating by the book episode. I would love to make more of these. I have so many planned. It's just a matter of when I have the house kind of to myself and then have the capacity to film it. My camera is crooked. That is annoying. We're gonna have to pretend it's not. I'm gonna go now because I don't think you're here just to watch me eat. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please subscribe if you want to see more from me. I have actually got 10 other eating by the book episodes. They are from a couple of years ago, but I've remade multiple of the recipes in them since. Like, the recipes are good. I hope I see you next time in my next video. Bye.